Good evening, everybody. We are coming to you live from Congregation Bethel in Missouri City, Sugar Land. And tonight, before we begin our regular class, we're just going to share a little thought of Torah with our friends on Facebook and YouTube. And we've been learning through each one of the different days of the counting of the Omer, along with the 48 ways that our sages in the Mishnah, chapter 6 in Mishnah 6, in Ethics of Our Fathers, give us these amazing tools to maximizing life. And way number 31 for the 31st day of the Omer, which will hopefully be counted tonight under the stars right in front over here of the synagogue. So way 31 is loving God. And we spoke a little bit about this morning, the importance of loving God, and how can there be a commandment? How is it possible to command love? How can God command us via Hafta et Hashem Elokecha b'chol levavacha? You should love Hashem with all of your heart, v'chol nafshecha, with all of your soul, v'chol meodecha, and with all of your means. How can you love God? How can God command us to love Him? So we discussed already this morning that loving is giving, and the more you give to something, the more you love that something. But God doesn't need anything from us, so what can we give to God? God doesn't need our favors, right? He doesn't either need our prayers, right? It's for us. The blessings are for us to live life with a consciousness, to live life with an appreciation for everything that we have, and to be fulfilled and to be happy from it. So God doesn't need us, so to speak. I mean, God loves us, which is why He gives us. But a way in which we can love God is by recognizing what God does for us. When you realize how much God loves you, and that He gives you unbelievable blessing, unbelievable bounty, incredible abundance of capability, God gives us for free. Doesn't cost us anything. Right? We come to this world, and the greatest gift in the entire planet is life. The fact that we have life, there are people who are ready to spend a lot of money for one more minute of life, or one more day, or one more week. The greatest pleasure in the world is to live. And we have that free. Free of charge. So what our responsibility is when we're talking about loving God is love the Almighty for the gifts He gives you, the hands, your feet, the power to eat, the power to sleep, the power to speak, the power to see things. If you feel God's love for you, you'll love Him in return. It's a reciprocal feeling. When you know that God loves you and He therefore takes care of you and gives you everything you need, so then it's much easier to love in return, to reciprocate that love. And that's the obligation that we have. The obligation that we have is to recognize the incredible love that God has for us. And in return, what will happen is you'll suddenly start feeling a sense of love back to the Almighty. Because you know that He's constantly showering you. I mean, just stop for a second and think. Think how much good we have. Think how much. Right? And we've discussed it when we spoke about happiness and appreciating what you have. Hasameach bechalko, being happy with your portion. We spoke about how we need to look at what we do have, not what we don't have. Look at what you have. Don't look at what your neighbor has. Don't look at what they have and what they have. Look inside. And there's no question that the immediate result will be loving God. So, on day 31 of the Omer, let's work on loving God. I mean, look at nature. Look at nature. Look at the human body. It's look at agriculture. It's the most amazing thing in the world. You know, we discussed last week in our Shabbat Bliss class in Congregation Brit Shalom on Sunday morning at 11 o'clock. We spoke about Zoreah. Zoreah is planting, actually putting seeds, sowing, right? Putting seeds in the ground, and anything that cultivates growth, agricultural growth, anything that's really the definition of Zoreah. And then we were talking about the Musar counterpart. And one of the things I left out, I'll fix this when we get back to class on Sunday, is that a person has to realize that everything is from God. We do our efforts. We put the seed in the ground. And now we have to have faith. And we have to have trust. And now the rest you leave to the Almighty. Right? Think about it. All you have to do is plow and put the seed in, and God takes care of the rest. Everything else He takes care of. Think of a child being, an embryo that becomes, right, a baby from nothing. It's unbelievable. And you have an entire functioning human being that is born, that eventually grows to be an adult, right? It's unbelievable. Who can build a world or destroy a world? It's amazing. This leads us back to way number 5 that we've discussed, awe, living in awe. But when we start realizing all of these amazing things that God does for us, we will feel His love and hopefully reciprocate that love and fulfill the mitzvah of Ahavta Hashem Elokecha, loving Hashem your God. That is way 31. And way 32 we're going to do tomorrow, and that is love humanity. Love humanity. So we have 3 different, we have 4 different types, 5 different, 5 or 6 different loves. It says to be loved, love God, love humanity, love righteousness, love the straight way, and then we're going to see what I don't know. I'm missing page 35, way 35 here, but what is way number 35? Thank you. Oh, love rebuke, perfect, which fits perfectly with our Musar Monday class. So it'll coincide with that as well. Thank you very much for joining us, my dear friends, on Facebook. And please like and share these videos if you like them. Share them either way so someone else can like them. Have a lovely evening, everybody.